Hi, I want to talk mainly about the way that we can dim this lamp. And there's many ways you can do it. You can buy a 10 volt dimmer. They're quite expensive. You can buy some kind of less expensive dimmer that are only using 2 wires. Maybe they work, maybe they don't work with the lamp. It's worth trying. Or you can use some simple component and assemble something. To dim it, you have 2 wires here, and my dimmer, my pot here that I connected has some glitch, so it's flickering. It's not the lamp, it's the pot it's used. And basically you have 2 wires. You have the purple and the pink one, and on those wires, if you left them unconnected, there's already about 14-15 volts. If you short the wires together, then the lamp turns off. It turns off completely, but it still draws about 0.2, 0.3 watts of power. So what I do with this wire, many options. Maybe I will connect a 10 volt source directly. My first option here I want to show you is to use a trimmer, a potentiometer. So you get a potentiometer, you will need a 150K for this lamp. It may be not exactly the same values for other power. You may have to try, but with this lamp, 150K will do the job. And I will connect it between the 2 wires. You see here I have a low voltage, about 0.8 volts, which give 15 watts. It's about the minimum that the lamp can go. Now, my pot is wired in the following way. One of the pins is connected to this side of the pot and the other one to the center. It's called a wiper, so when the wiper goes down, it will short on this pin. So if I turn it down, the lamp go up with low power. If I turn it back on slowly, you'll see that the lamp will get more and more power, and at some point I will reach 10 volt, and at 10 volts I will have the 240 watt, the full power. And since this pot is a 200 key, you can see maybe I'm in the middle of the pot, a little bit better, a little bit higher than the middle, so you would need normally a 120K pot, but it's not really available. You can buy 150 only, and this one is 200, so all this zone here is a dead zone. It will be 100 power. Let's look at the second way we can do the setup, and this time it involves a 12 volt power supply. So I wired everything in a kind of a dumb way, but you will figure out. I will include the drawing. So basically I got my 12 volt source. I got a small resistor here which is used to drop the voltage from 12 volt to 10 volt. This way I have the full range on the knob, work fine. And this small resistor is connected to this size of the pot. The middle of the pot is connected to the positive wire, and the other side of the pot here is connected to the ground and to the ground of the power supply. So when I turn on the pot at full power, I get something around 10.5 volts. Because the resistor I use here is a little bit smaller than what I need, I got a 10K pot, so I divide by 5 and it gives me a 4K resistor, but I put a 3.3, a little bit lower to be sure that I can reach 10 volt, because it really needs 10 volts to be at full power. You can drop completely the resistor, because anyway there's more than 12 volts on the wire, but in which case the first range of the pot here will be always full power. So that way I can drop the power, goes down up to the minimum level, which is about 0.8 volt, 15 watts, like the standard resistor. Yeah, you have to keep it high enough. So 15 watts is about the minimum power you can get, but it's way better than having it blast at full power in your shop. Thank you.
This LED mains operated light, they call it as the UFO high bay, can be operated from 100 to 277 volts AC, as you can see here, at an ambient temperature of minus 35 degrees Celsius right up to 50 degrees Celsius. I think that's a good range, suitable for most of Canada. This can be used. Although they say that this is waterproof, it does look, because there can't be any water seepage from anywhere that I notice. But I'd rather use it indoors. And it comes with an eye bolt. This is supplied. You just screw it in, and then you'll have to lock it with the screw here. It's a star screw, so you just lock it in place so that it doesn't rotate. It also comes with a safety rope. Although there is no provision, probably you may have to remove one of the Allen bolts here and then insert this wire there below the washer and then hook it onto something in the ceiling as a safety rope. It comes with a cable that is a little longer than 1 meter with the standard 3-pin plug. And if you want to extend it, you may have to cut it and then extend it, or just plug it in directly. This is a specification of the cable. 18 AWG, 300 volts, and 105 degrees Celsius. And you have the dimmer control here, which I don't intend using. I believe this requires 0 to 10 volts supply. It is given in the single sheet instruction manual with all the required information to hook this up. Manufactured very well. This appears to be scratch proof, but I'm not sure. It's mounted very well. As long as it is mounted horizontal, there is no way water can enter any of the electrical area unless there's a splash from the side. There is also a set, if you remove this, there is a potentiometer inside, although the manual doesn't mention what the potentiometer is for. There is, if you look carefully, there is a potentiometer inside. So let us put that back. And now we'll switch it on and see. All these are cooling fins. It's very well constructed. I think good value for money, suitable either in the garage or warehouse or any office space. Actually, it looks elegant. Even in a house setting indoors, it can be used if you need that kind of brightness. Here is the one-page instruction manual. Has all the necessary information, including the schematic for dimmer control and the AC input. And as you can see, it is minus 35 degrees Celsius to 50 degrees Celsius, 100 to 277 volts AC, 50 or 60 hertz. Very clear instructions with illustrations. The light is now powered on. You can see the light. It will be too bright if I actually shine it here. You can see how bright it is.
There we go, super bright. And the corners are nicely lit, as well as the rest of the space. The only thing is that you don't want to install your light right on top of your work area. As you can see, you have pretty harsh shadows. So you want to put it off to the side a bit, I think, from your actual workspace.
haven't installed this light yet, but I want to kind of show how bright it is. So this is outside, and it's just set up on a little ladder here, and you can see what it looks like without. There's a little bit of light coming from a street light, but when you turn this thing on, it lights up the whole yard. Now, obviously, it's not a yard light. It's going to go into a garage, but I don't have it installed yet. But I just kind of wanted to show how bright this thing is. It is amazingly bright. You really can't even show it by looking directly at it. It is so bright. As far as lighting up an area, I think this thing, placed at the right height, would give you an extreme amount of light in your garage or in your barn or wherever else you're going to use it. It really does a nice job. You can see the spread here. The further out you go, the wider it gets. It gets pretty wide going out. But again, you got to be pretty far out for it to get that wide of a spread. Closer in, you're going to have a narrower spread down at the bottom, but it just depends how high you're going to put it.
Okay, I'm around front, and this is what it looks like in the dark. Holy cow. Oh, there's some bright lights.
Time to check out that new UFO LED high bay light. Package didn't come in. Nicely packaged. There's the cable to hold it up. Be right back.
Packaging, very nice. Hold it. It's nice. Nice construction. This is, I guess, for the dimmer control.